Let's get to Washington now. A $1 trillion infrastructure bill is hanging in the balance. A vote expected shortly could determine the future of it. Let's bring in Eamon Javers now to explain the position. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi is in. Eamon.
Kelly, she's in a tough position, and we're getting a little bit more clarity on exactly how she's trying to wriggle her way through all of this, but not total clarity just now. Here's what we know. We're expecting around 2:15 this afternoon now a vote in the House Rules Committee. That vote will be moving a procedural process through in which the new language says that the House will consider the infrastructure bill on September 27th. That's that $1 trillion bill that passed in the Senate. It's expected to pass overwhelmingly in the House as well, but progressives and Speaker Pelosi don't want to move forward on that until they've pushed forward this additional $3.5 trillion budget process. That's with a lot of spending related to what they're calling human infrastructure, as well as the physical infrastructure in the bill that's already passed. They're trying to use the bill that's already passed as leverage to get a vote on the other piece, which they consider bigger and in many ways more important. So the key here is that moderates in the Democratic Party objected to that. They want a vote on the hard infrastructure bill that's already passed as quickly as possible. The deal appears to be giving them this sort of date certain in September when they'll vote on the infrastructure bill. If they get that, will they vote for the budget process on the $3.5 trillion? That's how Pelosi is trying to sort of move through this process in the next couple of hours. We'll see if that happens. The situation is very fluid, as they say, which means we don't really know what's going to happen, Kelly.
Yeah. Eamon, do you recall a recent case where a date was used like this? It seems like quite a novel approach.
Yeah, that's a good one. I don't recall. I'm sure it's been done before, but I don't recall a specific case. And there was a debate that flared up in the past couple of hours about whether this was a date certain or a date uncertain. That is, would it be binding or would it not be binding? The initial language said it was the sense of Congress that this vote would happen on that date. That's not binding. That just means we think that it's possible that this might happen. The new language apparently now says that the Congress shall vote. That's more binding. So this has gone from a date uncertain to a date something like more certain, but not entirely certain. And that's where we are, certainly.
Now we can go back over the grammatical meaning of shall, I think, while we figure out how locked in this is.
Shall is like one of the most important words in Washington. It's amazing.